evening from Philadelphia and the city of brotherly love. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And here on South Broad Street, Jay, the spectrum used to reverberate. You can say the same now for Wells Fargo Center.
And you know what, Ed? All you need is a little bit of patience and a couple of top NBA draft picks, and you find guys like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid that will forever change the face of your franchise.
These days, it feels like 1983 in South Philly. The tip is won by the Sixers. Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form, with that rhythm. And if he keeps shooting the ball the way I've seen him shoot out in California, this kid could be a star next year.
Ben Simmons at the line. And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. LBJ. Nothing going here on that drive. Deep left corner. Covington. From long range. His first effort off the mark. To ball. Robert Covington swats it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Robert Covington is long, and it pays off with the three.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
James into the front court. 5-point game. Throws it down.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Gets it in the left corner. Redick, another chance. Joel Embiid. Good start. He's made his first shot.
Can we take a second to talk about the most gregarious personality in the NBA? We don't trust in the process. No. We're beyond the process. Joel Embiid has emerged as this generation's Shaquille O'Neal, and he's done it in a variety of ways. He's a dominant big who doesn't shy away from the physicality of the game. Probably the reason why he was up for Defensive Player of the Year. And also, he has a personality that baits you into a conversation, whether you like it or not, and he's pretty hysterical. This kid is going to be a star in the league for years to come, and you better pay attention to what he has to put down.
To Redick. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense. LeBron into the front court. Down 5. Joel Embiid sends it away. That's his first of the game.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Inside, he scores.
You know, I'm going to say something that people probably won't like, but guess what? I don't care. I'm already crowning Ben Simmons as a top 5 playmaker in the league. His first true season, he had 18 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. He could finish around the rim and make everybody else around him look great. There's no doubt about it. He has all the ingredients to be the heir to the throne.
Simmons over to the right side. Redick can't go down. Smothering defense. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Lakers ball. LeBron James, 2 for 2. That's what you want. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds with the agilities of a guard. He can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question marks with Toronto. Kawhi Leonard, does he really want to be there? Changing up their coach. What's going on with that franchise? And the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. And count the basket inside.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Defense, let's go.
LeBron James, that's now 4. He hasn't missed.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Ben Simmons with a piece. That's his first of the game.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Kuzma. James. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Simmons. And the Lakers have the rebound. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer, LeBron James. He's now shooting 5 for 7. Desperation shot here from half court. First quarter's complete. It's the Sixers out in front. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Driving right to the basket. From the outside, no good. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
McConnell to Fultz. Lets it fly from long range. Markelle Fultz forcing that one there. Well defended. 3 seconds. Jay, last year the Lakers 35 and 47, but that was before the King headed out west. What impact, obviously, will LeBron James have on this Lakers team and their record?
There's no doubt that I think the Lakers will get over 35 wins. Will they get over 50, though, is the major question. I don't see that happening, considering last year only 2 teams in the West, Golden State and Houston, had over 50 wins.
West is loaded, so if you don't get over 50, if you're the Lakers, are you still in the playoffs?
I think the Lakers will probably be a 6th seed. Yes, they will be in the playoffs this year.
Second one's good. Splits the pair. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
LBJ with it. Got it.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Rondo with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Robert Covington sends it away. That's his first of the game.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
From the painted area, won't go down.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
James. Robert Covington pins it. That's his first of the game.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Caldwell Pope to Beasley. Michael Beasley with the slam.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Rajon Rondo with the block. That's his first of the game. Los Angeles, they have it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Fultz with the basketball. Trailing by 4. Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Fultz with a shot off the mark.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's the player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. One will perceive that Ben Simmons has already won a championship when that has not been the case. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Embiid with the board. To Redick. Trying to cash in. Not today. LBJ has it. Joel Embiid able to recover with the block. Second block in this quarter.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Has a look. Off the mark. Not a high percentage shot.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Short jumper won't fall.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
LeBron into the front court. Up by 3. To Kyle Kuzma. Old score. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To Embiid. Short jumper misses. Ball to James. Cruises inside for 2.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Curling inside. That misses with 2 seconds to go. That'll do it for the first half. The Lakers have the lead.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Lakers have a comfortable lead at the halfway mark, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers. The 76ers are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Field goals. Player of the half.
LeBron James has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, each won just 1 with the Lakers. Elgin Baylor didn't win any. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
If LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A., that means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans because when you see the likes of Kobe or Michael Jordan, they won all their championships in the same city. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
Redick to Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Joel Embiid looking to take his game to a completely different level after working out with one of the best trainers in the league this offseason. An all-star for the first time last year, averaging 23 points. Safe to say, no longer trust the process. Joel Embiid is the process.
Redick to Covington. Offensive rebound. There you go. Way to stay with it.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Here's James. Can't connect. To Redick. 4-3. Textbook defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
JaVale McGee to Caldwell Pope. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Simmons to Embiid. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throw try, off the mark. Ball to James. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Simmons to Covington for 3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Kyle Kuzma trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. And he missed the free throw. To Simmons. And a chance coming up at the line.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Ben Simmons at the line. First one, count it. And he makes them both. Jay, the Lakers, not just a great franchise, but they are a brand in the NBA. With LeBron James, what do you make of Laker fans accepting him maybe now or down the road as one of their own?
They better accept him now. I agree wholeheartedly with Jeannie Buss when she said they're not Laker fans or they're not happy about LeBron James. He is a Laker, and this is one of the most loyal fan bases we have, not just in this country, but in the entire world. The most Twitter followers of all the teams in the NBA.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Markelle Fultz to Redick. Beyond the arc for three. He missed his first four from downtown. He finally gets a three to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses four in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Ball to James. Knocks it down from mid-range. Veteran move right there.
Still blows my mind that this young man is 16 years in the NBA, has not had one bad injury, but more importantly, it's about the respect of the game. That's what LeBron James brings to the table when you think about basketball. You respect the game, you get the benefits.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. From the painted area, won't go down. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And the game flow in the second half is completely different than the first. That first half equals out of sight, out of mind. Way to recalibrate in the locker room and find your rhythm back on the court.
To James. Slams it down. And boy, that was a lot to navigate. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
Los Angeles has the basketball. James. He was hacked. They let it go. To Fultz. Count the basket at the rim.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Sixers have it. Inside, he scores. He'll let one fly from half court. That ends the third quarter. The 76ers have the lead. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Fires the three and knocks it down.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
From long range, T.J. McConnell, like Rocky, he loves the tough situations.
I love watching these coaches' moments. The coach was literally saying, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. That's how you make coaches look like masterminds.
Has a chance. Missed it. Not much more you can ask for from the defense there.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Zaire Smith at the line. First free throw is good. Gets a second to go with one more to come. Knocks down all three at the line. Lonzo with it. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Trying to cash in. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes two of us.
JaVale McGee. Huge block. Second block in this quarter. Lets it fly from beyond the arc.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
And the reward, he's going to the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Entering the game for the 76ers, number 25, Ben Simmons.
Able to convert on both free throws. Has a look. Won't go. He has to find better opportunities. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To ball. Kuzma. Now pass stolen by the Sixers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Oh, Ben Simmons. 4 out of 10.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
You hear a lot of talk about Donovan Mitchell, but Kyle Kuzma is probably one of the biggest surprises in the draft last year. Averaging around 16 points per game and became an all-rookie first team after being drafted 27th overall.
Ball brings the rock up court. Caldwell-Pope to Ball. Shot from the lane won't go. Fires the three. Robert Covington is long, and it pays off with the three.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
You can register at our team website for more details.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Subbing in.
Lonzo Ball. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
Lonzo Ball is so different. There's something special about a player that can always deliver the ball on time and on target. Let me break that down for you. The on-time part means the ball isn't delivered 1 second too late or 1 second too early, but at the perfect time for you to go right into your shot or make a play. The on-target aspect means that the ball is either delivered right in the pocket for a shooter, or for a big, it hits you right in the chest so you can go up for a slam. With his head constantly on a swivel, it's safe to say that Lonzo Ball is already an elite passer.
A fundamental shot right there.
Dario Saric has really become a big part of the rebuild in Philly, and he's had improved shooting from his first year to his second year because he understands where his shots come from. He's assisted on 99% of his makes. That shows you something.
Covington. Off the mark. Ball with it up top. The deficit now up to 13. Can't connect. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
First try at the line, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. False.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Markelle Fultz at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Hits a second. One more coming. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Lakers at the controls right now. Ball. Probing the defense. James can't connect. It's no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Finish that.
After a miss like that, you at least have to rub your hands on your shorts. At least make it seem like the ball slipped.
From 18 feet at the buzzer, the Sixers are victorious as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers added a win with today's solid victory. And more often than not, they were hitting the three when they popped from long range. Winning gets a lot easier when you're adding so many points to the scoreboard, 3 at a time. The Lakers just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, They need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Philadelphia 76ers looked very impressive today, especially when it came to capitalizing on their own missed shots. The way they kept extending possessions wore out the D and earned them the win.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped, and when he realized he was in a zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Philadelphia 76ers. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
Good evening from South Philadelphia. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, no question, there's one direction this Sixers team is going. It's taken a lot of trust and no question, a lot of patience.
Ed, I hear what you're saying, and the Sixers are on the up and up. But let's remember who built the foundation. Sam Hinkie deserves a lot more credit. I know this new management has taken them to new heights, but it all started with Mr. Hinkie.
Now, the fans in Philadelphia are reaping the rewards right now. The opening tip won by the Sixers, and we're underway here in Philadelphia. Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form, with that rhythm. And if he keeps shooting the ball the way I've seen him shoot out in California, this kid could be a star next year.
A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Irving to Hayward. Runner here won't go down. Sixers control it. Reddick gets it in the left corner. Simmons, his first effort, off the mark. Here's Irving into the front court. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. To Embiid. 4-3. Robert Covington is long, and it pays off with the three.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Hayward. To Irving. Boston with 4 to shoot. Kyrie Irving missed his first. That one goes.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Redick. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Dario Saric at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Jay, Celtics last year, they make the 7th game in the East Finals without Gordon Hayward, without Kyrie Irving. Brad Stevens now, it's a good challenge to have. He has a lot of players to incorporate.
And it's a great challenge for a genius coach like Brad Stevens. The biggest issue for the Celtics is that they cannot believe the hype, Ed. I've been a guy that stated I think they're going to win the whole thing next year, but they can't drink the Kool-Aid from the media. And I will say this, when you have guys on your team like Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, I think they will push the younger guys to really help them exceed expectations. That's going to be key.
The assist from number 20, Gordon Hayward.
Simmons brings the ball up court to Embiid. Inside, he scores.
Can we take a second to talk about the most gregarious personality in the NBA? We don't trust in the process. No. We're beyond the process. Joel Embiid has emerged as this generation's Shaquille O'Neal, and he's done it in a variety of ways. He's a dominant big who doesn't shy away from the physicality of the game. Probably the reason why he was up for Defensive Player of the Year. And also, he has a personality that baits you into a conversation, whether you like it or not, and he's pretty hysterical. This kid is going to be a star in the league for years to come, and you better pay attention to what he has to put down.
Horford to Irving. Great feed. From the painted area, won't go down. To Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
This guy has posted 12 triple-doubles in his first full rookie year. That's his second most by any rookie in NBA history while leading his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. But how about this? When's the last time we said the most effective player maybe in the league has a glaring weakness? He was 0 of 11 from the three-point line for the entire year, did not make one three-point shot. And how about free throws? He shot 56% from the free throw line. You know who shot better? Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan. But with all that being said, this young man still finds himself in a position to be one of the most dominant players in NBA history.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Fultz to Redick. Beyond the arc for three. Defenders could lose sleep with this guy. J.J. Redick, well defended, still knocks it down.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Hayward to Rozier. Great dish to set it up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Joel Embiid, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Now that the process has been established, it's going to be fun to see how much better Joel Embiid can be this season. Everybody heard about his arduous offseason workout program, but the thing I love about him the most, he always works on his game, even if he's dunking on random fans on vacation.
To Redick. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's playing with fire. J.J. Redick, wide open. Good luck.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2.
I like that.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Rozier shot no good. Here's a chance from long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. Rozier shot no good. Deep three at the buzzer. First quarter in the books. It's the Sixers out in front. First quarter down as we get ready to start the second. Boy, you talk about offensive efficiency. It was really high.
Well, the offense is hitting on all cylinders. Great ball movement, great shooting, great passing. But my goodness, has the defense been horrific. Can we do something about that, please, in the second quarter?
Kyrie Irving. That's 3 now on 4 shots. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Oh, it took a little longer than Celtics fans would have liked, but, Jay, they re-signed Marcus Smart. And look at what he brings. He's a modern-day defender with some throwback qualities as well.
He reminds me a lot of Dennis Johnson that used to play for those late Celtic teams. He's the guy that will get in your face, will pick you up full court. Even if you switch off and he's guarding the 4, he'll battle behind the 4, push him off the block. There's no doubt about it. The DNA of this team starts with Marcus Smart and also Marcus Morris. These are the 2 toughest players on the Celtics organization.
Markelle Fultz. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Sixers with the rebound. Smith into the front court. Up by 6. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Celtics have it. Irving to Rozier. Deep right corner. Irving. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Irving with the basketball. Now down 6. Joel Embiid. Huge block. That's his first of the game.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Stepping in for the Philadelphia 76ers, number 25,
Kyrie Irving, now 4 for 9.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
the assist from number 21, Joel.
Boston with the basketball. Kyrie lets it go. Gets a look. Can't hit. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Amir Johnson at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 67%. The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. Into the front court, it's Irving. Looking to make something happen. Hayward to Irving. Going to launch beyond the arc. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Covington to Redick. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
In a flash, scores at the rim. If he keeps playing like this, we all may believe that the earth is indeed flat.
And that's what you love about Kyrie. He's constantly probing. He's probing on the court by maintaining his dribble, and then also probing off the court with saying lines like the earth is flat. The fact that that was on the cover of every magazine, the headline of every social media title, goes to show you that Kyrie is great at hijacking your amygdala, both on and off the court.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
To Irving. Oh, had him going there for a second. Kyrie off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. Redick with it. His team on top by 8. For 3, and he's going to the free throw line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
The first one goes down. That one won't go. One more to come.
For the Boston Celtics, number 13, Marcus Morris.
Irving brings the ball up court. Lets it fly from long range, and he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. Another shot stays out. To Embiid. Simmons. That's no good. Kyrie across the timeline, trailing by 10. Shot by Hayward, no good. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. Second block in this quarter.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
That misses with a second to go. That's it. First half has come to an end. The 76ers have the lead.
Thanks, Ed. The 76ers entered halftime with a solid lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Celtics were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics.
Game trap. Assists.
The Boston Celtics are struggling to move the ball and create good looks for each other. What makes it worse is their opponent isn't having nearly the same problem.
Player of the half.
Joel Embiid did a remarkable job of swatting shot after shot. Scorers have got to be thinking twice when he's within range.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Jay, it feels like our heads are spinning, thinking about what the Celtics are going to put on the floor, let alone for Brad Stevens. But you look at this group, what impact it has on...
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Brown into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Irving into the front court. The deficit is 6. Easy path to the rim. Kyrie Irving won a championship with Cleveland. He won a championship for Cleveland in that Game 7 at Golden State. How is he influenced as a player by that title?
Well, I thought he learned how to win at a really huge stage. But Kyrie's always been a leader of his own movement. At times, his voice may have been suppressed because of LeBron James, but there's no doubt about it. When you look at the young players on this roster, when they all rock Kyrie's, you know who the leader of the team is.
And stuffs it down.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Redick fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Marcus Morris. Inside, he scores.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Simmons to Embiid. Joel Embiid looking good. 4 for 5.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Marcus Morris, strong finish. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Celtics have it. Screen coming. Irving to Horford. Joel Embiid.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Okay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Irving. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
T.J. McConnell, like Rocky, he loves the tough situations.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force a defensive collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Like the confidence. Tough shot there for McConnell. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Jay, for one, Schrader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but believe it or not, outside of Toronto, Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. Philadelphia wasn't able to land LeBron. LeBron James leaves Cleveland. He goes out to L.A. And Toronto, almost in a Hail Mary trade, ends up getting Kawhi Leonard. And who really knows if he wants to play there and be there emotionally for 1 year? There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
And Gordon Hayward knocks down a wide-open look.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Markelle Fultz to McConnell. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Irving. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Covington. From the painted area, won't go down. To Irving. No good. No good. Defense catching a break there.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
The quarters come to an end. The Celtics have the lead. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway.
Just a reminder today, folks, if our team wins the game and
Sixers have the basketball.
free pizza.
Curling inside. And scores. Strong take.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Rozier with it. Lead is 2. To Irving. Count the basket at the rim.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
To Covington. 4-3. Well defended. Covington's a tough matchup. To Rozier. Shot from the lane won't go. To Covington. Nice pass to set things up.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Horford. Count the bucket for 2.
This 11-year veteran has emerged as a uniquely stabilizing force for any team he plays on. He may not ever win a prize for his fiery oratory, but his steady demeanor is part of what makes him invaluable.
Can't connect from in close. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Goes to the right side. Irving to Horford. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Oh, Ben Simmons. He's 4 for 8. That's 50%.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
To Embiid. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia, and that'll be their second and final one. some new personnel into the game. Covington. Beyond the arc for three. Hits it. And the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
If you're the defender, you can't keep your hand outwards in the pocket of the shooter. The offensive player recognized that. He raked his arms into yours on his way up to take the shot. That's a foul every time.
Three-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. Kyrie with the rock to Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. 4 out of 7.
You know, I just want to thank the man above for allowing a guy like Gordon Hayward, after that horrific, awful injury he had an opening night. So good to see my dude back on the floor and doing his thing, finally healthy.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Mike Muscala at the line. First one, count it. Second and 3, got it. And he hits all 3 free throws. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Hayward to Irving. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Tatum. Jumper's good.
The passing has been great, but the movement without the ball has been even better. Seeing a play before it happens is a skill set a lot of people don't talk about. But a great pass combined with great movement, good luck with that.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout, but this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence.
Fans, tickets for the next home game are still available at box office. Buy one for tickets before the end of today's game, and you'll receive an exclusive discount.
Hayward. Irving. He was 0 for 6 to start. Let's see if that 3 turns things around.
Well, there's this old saying, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. This is why you've been practicing in the offseason so hard. You never let one miss deter you from taking the next.
Driving right to the basket. Over to the right side. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Flushes it home.
I said this on draft night, that Jason Tatum was the most special player in the draft. Granted, I didn't know about Donovan Mitchell, but it's hard to believe that Philadelphia traded this pick away so the Celtics can have a future star.
And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Timeout, Boston. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a three.
What's up?
What's up? Welcome to the stream. Man, you kind of late. Welcome to the stream, Zach. Okay, what's up, Zach? Welcome to the stream. All right, well, this is just about over.
Irving. Oh, they could have really used that one. The shot's no good.
Hold it, hold it.
Going to launch beyond the arc. That misses with 3 seconds left. The Sixers are victorious as they win this one by 3. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers edged out a close victory in today's game.
And it's always great to watch a team with such an unselfish approach to the game. Plenty of assists were delivered throughout this contest.
Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Celtics finished on the losing end of a close score.
Sure, it's great they shot so well from 3, but none of that really matters when your team has one more loss to show for it.
Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Philadelphia 76ers. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.